What is up, guys? My name is Mark Santamaria. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RC vlog, guys. Today I'm going to do a video that's long overdue. I'm going to show you guys how to mount tires, and I'm going to try to do it in under 3 minutes. Quick disclaimer, people mount their tires different. So I mount it the way I mount it because that's what I'm used to and that's what I know works. But after we mount these tires in under 3 minutes, I'm going to review this thing. This is the new Assault RC Tire Jig. I saw this out at Wicked Weekend. It looks really, really cool, and it fixes some of the issues that I've seen with previous tire jigs that I've used. So without further ado, let's get to mounting tires. Alright, so what you'll need tires, wheels, tire punch, glue, Sharpies, cleaner. In this case, we're going to be using Simple Green, body reamer, tire bands, blue shop towels, and a microfiber or any type of cloth. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is punch holes in your tires, either venting holes. You don't necessarily have to punch holes in your tires, but they're good for racing. If you're crawling, you don't want water getting in there, you might not want to do it. So we're going to punch holes on tires. We're going to put a hole on each side. Next, we're going to put holes in the wheels, which there's already, for Proline wheels and tires, there's already a hole in here that you kind of just got to poke through. Now you have 2 holes in the wheel and 2 holes in the tire. Next, you're going to want to clean your tires, which in this case we're using Simple Green. There's a lot of debate on what's better, what's best to use. I've got this trick from Adam Drake, and ever since I started mounting with Simple Green, nothing's come off. So we're going to clean with Simple Green. So basically you just get a little bit of Simple Green or your cleaning agent on a piece of cloth, and then you clean the tire bead like so. Which, by the way, this concept of mounting tires works on all tires. In this case, I'm using 8-scale buggy tires because that's what I mount the most of. But you can mount 10-scale tires like this also. There's just a different strategy whenever you use the tire band, which I'll talk about when I get to that point. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that all the residue, like the molding agent, is off the tire. In some cases, you can kind of see a little bit of browning. Proline tires are pretty good at keeping them clean out of the package, so there's not that much browning there. But essentially just kind of go all the way around and make sure this thing is nice and clean. If you're wondering why I have strapping tape around my cleaning agents, because I travel with it and I like to close it whenever it's in plane so it doesn't explode. You want to let the tire dry. You don't want any of the Simple Green still on there, which it's almost dry already. Also, you don't have to clean the wheel, at least for Proline. Maybe other wheels come out dirty. So now you want to put the tire on the wheel. Make sure the bead is set on there nice and smooth. Basically kind of go around just like this. Make sure the foams are nice and even. These tires did come with foams, which most tires do. If you don't have foams, obviously you need foams. I didn't put that in the beginning. All right, once you're done with getting it all seated on the wheel and the foam is nice and even, you're gonna get your glue. So I use Proline glue, but you can actually use any ultra thin or super thin CA glue. Now you wanna get a blue shop towel, fold it in half like so. Now you're gonna wanna, I find a starting point. So I like to start at the P of Proline. And then essentially I just kind of pull it back with my finger and then put the glue in like so. Once you put the glue in, you're going to want to get a tire band, put it around the outside just like that. It's going to squeeze down. You're actually going to see a little bit of the glue come up. That means that you got enough glue in there. So I can see a bead of glue all the way around. The reason why we have this towel here is you want to kind of dab it like that, and you basically just let that sit. So once this is done drying, a lot of people use accelerator. I don't recommend using accelerator. I think it makes it brittle. I would just let it sit and let it dry naturally. But once it's done drying, you basically take the band off, flip it around, and then glue the other side just like how I did. So once you've glued the backside, I like to take my Sharpie and label the tire. Make sure that you know what compound it is. So I know it's M3. And then I also like to put the date so I know how old it is. Sometimes really, really old tires I don't like to run because I think that the glue has gotten brittle. So what I'll do is I'll run just the new tires in the big races, and then if it's a practice race, I'll run some of the older ones. So I said I would mention the differences whenever you're using the bands, whenever you mount 10-scale tires. A lot of 10-scale drivers put the bands on first and then peel the bead out and then put the glue in. You can do it that way. I used to do it that way when I ran 10-scale. I've ran 10-scale in such a long time, but yeah, essentially that's it. That's what it is. You just want to make sure it's clean. You're using good glue. You're putting vent holes if you need to, and the bead sits good. And then you just let this dry, and you are done. That is mounting a tire right there. I let y'all down. 4 minutes and 17 seconds. I added some other stuff in there that I felt like was important, so I didn't want to cut it out. But that was as fast as I could go on a mountain tire. All right, now we're gonna go try out this guy, the Assault RC Tire Jig. I'm really curious to see how this works, so let's get to it. All right, here it is, the Assault RC Tire Jig. So what I don't like about a lot of tire jigs is they don't seat the bead well. Like there's always bubbles. Like as you can see on this tire I mounted, it's nice and flush. Like all the other tire jigs I've used, there's like a bubble, like it bubbles out, like the bead doesn't sit on there very well. So this tire jig is supposed to address that, and the way it's going to address that is it's supposed to, instead of like peeling the bead back and letting you glue it in like all the other tire jigs do, and instead of it going down, basically there's another tire jig that goes down at an angle. This tire jig pushes down on the tire perfectly even because you twist it on. So this part in the middle spins. That way whenever you twist it on, it doesn't actually move the tire around the wheel. The concept sounds great. I was super sold when Beach RC was telling me about it. So let's give it a shot. So here it is. I guess you pull it. Okay, so this thing goes over like this. Wait. There we go. There's little leads there. Okay. So you put it over like that, and then you kind of just spin it, and it goes on there. Okay. Let me clean the tire off real quick and seat it on the bead and see if this thing works. Alright, I got a tire on here mounted on this wheel. Nice and flush. If it were me without a tire jig, I would green light mounting or gluing this now. Alright, it's on there good. Now we're going to set the wheel and tire in there like so. Fits in there nice and flush. See, there's little guide marks so you can see the grooves that it needs to go in right here. So we're going to put this in like so and just set it kind of right there on top. Okay, now it's on top. Now we're going to push this thing down. Oh, we're just going to turn it. There you go. We're going to turn it. There you go. It's already pulling the bead back. No, it pulls the bead back really well. Okay, so it looks like the bead goes back pretty far. And then now, since the bead's already back, now we can start the gluing process. Alright, glue is in. Rotate this thing back. Pull the tire out. Push this down. Put the tire band on. That was pretty awesome. That looked like it went on just fine. So we're going to let that dry, and we're going to do the back side also, just to see how it does the back also. Alright, let's take a look at the bead. The bead looks flush. That looks good. Nice. I like this tire jig. Now we're going to glue the back side. Got your guides here. Turn this. Alright guys, so here's the mounted tire. Look, everything looks flush. The bead looks good. Oh man, I'm impressed. Especially from a tire jig's perspective. Like the ones that I've tried out before, I wasn't as pleased as I am with this one. So that part comes out. Let's see it. It's so smooth. I wonder if there's a bearing on the other side. Oh, look at that bearing. Jeez, that's a huge bearing. Oh yeah, this thing's super smooth. Look at how that thing spins. But yes, I approve. Assault RC. I will put a link in the description below for this thing. This thing is pretty sweet. I'm gonna mount the rest of these tires with this. I am labeling it here. So this is the ones I did on YouTube with the tire jig. I put YouTube on there because I said I didn't recommend use accelerator in this particular case. I did because I wanted to speed it up for this video. But yes, I mean, it probably won't hurt. So basically YouTube knowing that I use accelerator and then the tire jig. I will use these next time I go out, and I will let you guys know if anything happens. Well, that's a wrap, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you liked it. And if you did, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, and you guys will see me next time. Later, guys.